Hey guys, it's Title Tip Thursday. Today I want to go over, well actually today is going to be part one of a series of explaining how to read a PUD 1 settlement statement. So today I just want to go over the first page, and for your convenience I have posted a copy of the promulgated settlement statement form for your reference. So at the very top of the form it has all the information for the transaction type, the lender's information, the buyer, the seller, the closing, and the place of settlement. So that's always going to be up top because, like I said, this is promulgated form. So the important part comes into play halfway down the page where you have columns for the buyer and the seller. Now your buyer side is going to be on your left side and the seller will be on your right side. So the buyer has sections 100 to 300. The seller has sections 400 to 600. And it reads just like, quite literally, it's an equation breakdown. As you're going down, it literally breaks it out for you mathematically. So the top section for the buyer, the 100s, that's where you charge any payoffs, basically any charges that you need to give to the buyer, escrow holdbacks, things of that nature will go there. So typically on a sales transaction, you won't have that charge. In the 200s, that is a credit section to the buyer. So that's where we credit their earnest money, where we credit their loan amount, give seller credits, any extra lender credits, things of that nature. So that is actually a credit that's applied to the buyer. You'll read because it says amounts paid by or on behalf of the buyer. In the 300s, now that's where it shows your cash to close. Line 303, super important. So on the seller side, it's just the same. So in the 400 section, it's a little bit opposite. The 400 section is where you would give a credit to the seller, also through the 500. So anything there would be, say they paid HOA dues in advance or taxes in advance, that's where it would get credited back to the seller. In the 400s. In the 500s, that is where you charge the seller for their payoff, any outstanding liens, taxes, things of that nature. And in the 600s, that's where you're either going to have them, hopefully, getting back money in this awesome market. They're getting back a lot more money than they're expecting, which is great. Sometimes they bring it in, but line 603, that's where you're going to see that figure. And it's kind of cool because the way that it reads, when you're doing prorations, it matches up exactly on the buyer and seller side for the credit and debit or debit credit respectively. All right, well, if you have any questions, I love explaining stuff like this, so let me know. And make sure you tune in tomorrow for part 2 where we go over page 2. All right. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we are currently looking for an entry-level position. No experience is required, but if you do, real estate would be great. It is a fast-paced environment, so make sure that you can handle stress without getting too overwhelmed. But there's so much room for growth and so much opportunity. We have a fantastic team here, and we're really looking forward to growing. Okay, well that's it. It's been real. Over and out.